This is Hannibal here from The Hannibal TV on YouTube with a daily wrestling news update. WWE was overseas in Belgium for the first time yesterday, first ever Raw in Belgium, and the crowd was very hot. They'd never seen anything like this before, going nuts for absolutely everything, which for a Canadian or American is kind of funny to see, but it's understandable. The big thing coming out of Raw, which by the way, apparently there was issues with ads. People that normally didn't have to watch the Netflix ad had to watch the Netflix ads for some reason, particularly on iPad and iPhone's devices, even after it played the first time. So there's all kinds of complications. I still don't understand why people that pay for Netflix have to watch ads for WWE programming. It's a huge turnoff for people like me. And anyways, they put it all the good stuff goes on YouTube anyways, such as this John Cena segment, which was apparently, according to Dave Meltzer, the actual first airing of the promo was 32 minutes. There's a 22-minute version of it on YouTube now. I did a poll asking people if they thought 32 minutes was too long for this promo where Cody Rhodes confronted John Cena on Raw and there was no physical action. It was just talk. 72% of you said no, that's too long for a promo with no action. 28% of you said this was great, amazing booking. I just want to remind you guys of something, and this is what takes me out of it. Cena was part of a gang attack on Cody Rhodes where they bloodied him up. And by the way, there was no mention of The Rock in this promo. Nothing. Nothing came up about The Rock. But what I want to me, it makes Cody Rhodes look weak. They do this angle where he gets his ass kicked. Then he's just going to stand in the ring and do nothing but talk to John Cena. If someone did that to me, the first thing I would do is like go after them. The first thing I would do is attack. But the part with Cena and Rhodes was like 10 minutes long of them just blah 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 blah. It's not for me. If you like it, good for you. I'm just not into it at all. Too much talking. I have no interest in that. It's not realistic to me. If you don't like somebody, you're going to attack them. Again, look how bad he was beat up. You're going to see a guy involved with that and just stand there. Um, Apparently, UFC pay per view numbers are down lately, according to Dave Meltzer, with McGregor and John Jones hardly fighting. Jones is supposed to probably have one more fight. It's unknown if McGregor, in theory, he will, but you never know. I also listened to Wrestling Observer Radio today. As far as the missing AEW wrestlers, Private Party has been missing. Wardlow, Paige hasn't wrestled since October. Athena, Jack Perry's missing again. The Guns are missing again. Jeff Jarrett, after he had teased a feud with MJF, is gone with no actual match. There's not a lot of continuality to the storylines there, apparently. So there you go. Let me know what you guys thought of the Cena and Cody Rhodes promo. And to me, up to this point, that's by far the only interesting thing to me about WrestleMania this year. Who is going to win between Cody and John Cena? I think a lot of people are sick, including me, of Cody Rhodes' title reign. I don't think he was as effective as a champion as Roman Reigns was. And it seems to me, and you guys can say what you think in the comments, that since Roman Reigns lost the title, he's lost a lot of steam. To me, he's lost a lot of steam. Like he hasn't appeared that much. People aren't talking about him. He's not involved. I mean, if he is involved in any major angle leading into this, I mean, they're not doing a good job of keeping me interested because, I mean, I follow this stuff and nothing really stands out to me about what's going on with Roman Reigns. I do think it was a mistake taking the title off Reigns because to me there was more steam when he was champion. More people were talking about wrestling and so forth. I know everyone wanted to see Cody get his win, get the title, but it's been a fairly flat title reign with all very predictable matches. This is the first match where you really don't know who's going to win. And Dave Meltzer pointed out one other thing interesting about, I guess, in John Cena's promo, he talked about how the fans would boo him when he was a good guy. But in recent years, he hasn't been booed much. People have missed him. And at certain points, there was definitely a contingency of people that did not like Cena. But in his most recent appearances, overall, he's been very well cheered. So, again, it's not my cup of tea to sit down and watch two people talk for 32 minutes. I mean, MSB, I'm to me, he's too corporate for me. I'm like an ECW type wrestler, and a guy like Cody is like the most anti ECW type wrestler ever. Cody's like a yes man type of guy, very corporate, does what he says. And again, I would use if I had a company, I would use him, but he would just not be my top guy. I don't take anything away from him. As far as not being able to put together decent matches and stuff, I'm not a fan of his promos. But I can't get into a guy. I lose interest in a character that after he's been beat up is just going to face one of the guys that beat him brutally and do absolutely nothing. That to me just makes me think what a pussy, for lack of a better word. Cody keeps ducking Roman. I think Roman's fallen off most people's radar. He was angry with the Miz on SmackDown. I am not a fan of the Miz. I did not see any of the Miz's segment. I tried to watch the thing with Cena. I watched a few minutes of it, but again, I got a short attention span and it was just too long for me. So I'm not going to pretend to say I watched the whole thing. It didn't hold my attention.